All right, we are live. We are live early. And I see Ghost Bunny here. Hi, Ghost Bunny. I see Music Guy here. Who else is here? I see Ian. I see AGA. Cool. We have the whole team here. Cool. All right, what do we have any questions already? Ian is saying, finally, Armin is doing stream for us. Yes, I'm giving into your demands to do streams at other times. So you guys better reward me with some good questions. Okay. I'm experimenting doing streams at these hours because so many people said that why are you not doing streams at these hours anymore? Okay. So I'm doing it. So you guys better have some good questions or else I'm going to regret it. AJ saying audio is awesome. Nice. Age overlay is on. Fantastic. Wow. This is a really good reporting. Cool. Thank you, guys. Well, I'm still not seeing any questions. You guys are just saying hi. Everybody's like saying hi. Our queen is here. Is Katie here? Oh, there we go. A question. What's your favorite time of the day? The time that I get to stream with Susanna. That's my favorite time. Queens. Yeah, I'll better give a good question. Takes that whip. Maybe I should get a whip instead of a bell. Yeah, you're right. Oh my god, Anna's saying hello again. This is not a question. Everybody's saying KK. All right. Since I'm not saying any questions, I mean, I came early because I knew. Now we're nervous. Too much pressure on you guys. Okay. It's no pressure. You can send me some of your average questions now. Your good questions could come later. How about that? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Popular Front for Liberation of Palestine dash Marxist is asking, what do you think of Adam Saleh and Slim being exposed for sleeping with a trans person? Are they hypocrites? First of all, I did not know that. This is news to me. But okay, so this has multiple layers. First of all, can someone confirm that this is true? Oh, AJ just came up with a super chat, so thank you for that. I will highlight that question right soon. But is this true, first of all? Because I don't want to respond to something that is not even true. Okay, first of all, obviously, as a liberal person myself, I don't consider this to be wrong, obviously, right? You could sleep with whoever you want as long as they're an adult and it's consensual, right? Are they so? Given that I don't think it's wrong, so you're asking if they did something that they advocate against, but now they're doing it themselves, does that make them hypocrites? Not necessarily based on their philosophy, because their philosophy also involves believing in the fact that everybody is a sinner unless they're, I don't know, one of them. I mean, they're Sunni, so they don't consider the imams to be masum. So, like, yeah, Muslims have sin sometimes. Like, just because we're doing Amr b'Maruf and Nahy anil Munkar, and just because we're promoting more people living a better life and living an Islamic life, that doesn't mean we're perfect. It's our duty to advocate, to bring people, encourage people to live a better life, but we don't have to wait for ourselves to be perfect human beings before we could advocate for that, or else nobody would be able to advocate for living an Islamic life. So no, we're not hypocrites, because we have an understanding that none of us is perfect and we all sin. And I hope that the Muslim community, they might add, like, this is like, by the way, if they're watching, this is what they could. I'm giving them tips on what they could say, right? Like, I appreciate the ummah, that and all the criticism on me is all fair, and I appreciate that the ummah is like the Muslim community is criticizing me in this, and it's like it's helpful. I need this. You guys, I made a mistake, and you guys are bringing me back to the right way. So yeah, it's easy, guys. It's easy when you're religious. Okay, when you have magic on your side, you could explain everything. It's us. Everything is difficult for us because we don't have like woo woo on our side. We have things actually have to make sense. Okay, it's harder for us to explain things when you don't have woo woo on your side. But this is yeah. I'm actually worried about this trans person now because like, is she or he? What I don't know what their pronouns are, but whoever this person is, are they going to be like? Was this like a private person that is now going to face a lot of like unwanted attention? I don't know what's going on. Okay, but I feel bad for whoever this trans person is. Like, is like the entire like is the entire following of the Adam Saleh, which is like major. Like, this guy is big. I know enough about Adam Saleh to know like he has a big following. So is this person okay? Like, this trans person is going to like, do they need protection? Do they need support? Like, what? Yeah. So that seems like scary. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the details. Yeah, music guy saying, "Wow, I did not know about Adam." Yeah, I don't even know. Is this like, did this just happen? Because I check my feed for news often. Like, something like this will probably showed up on my feed. Did this just happen? Hold on, let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's see. I'll check your comments soon. Wonderful Truth is asking, can you respond? You mean, can you respond to the argument of existence of God that is personal experience? Okay. Oh my God. I wrote a book on this, so I don't have to respond to stuff like this. But I don't know how I could respond to this in like half a minute. Respond to argument for the existence of a God that is a personal experience. I mean, do I even need to respond to this? You're like, the argument is that it's a personal experience. Well, I mean, if it's personal experience, then it's not God, right? Like, okay, so you're admitting that this is just a personal. I mean, I really don't understand the question, but it sounds like somebody's admitting that the God that they believe in is just their own personal experience. I mean, if it's just a personal experience, well, I mean, I don't even need to address that because they're admitting that it's just a personal experience. Like, well, I mean, you're an atheist then. And like, maybe I'm not understanding the question, right? So maybe like, if I'm not understanding the question, maybe rephrase it. Afif is asking, Armin, can you please comment on size? The two mountains where Hagar was like running between. In Mecca in 2017, I went for Ummah, and those mountains were tiny hills. Are they really supposed to be this tiny? Thanks. Well, I mean, that entire story of Hagar, is completely unrealistic. Like, yeah, once you go there, it doesn't really match the stories, right? Like, yeah, I mean, so many people have commented on this. Like, the story of Hagar was supposed to be she running like this. That's what you're referring to, right? The two hills that she's supposed to be running to or between, looking for water for Ismail, after Abraham abandoned her. Great father, by the way. And her child, her baby Ismail was. Yeah, but Ismail was like dying of thirst, and she was like looking for water between these two mountains. And when you go to Mecca, one of the rituals that you're supposed to do is walk between these two hills or mountains that Hagar was running looking for water for her son, right? And then, but so like the elephant in the room is once you show up there, like you're like, wait, these are not hills, these are not mountains. What the hell is like? This is just like a slight lift. So I don't know, like I don't understand why so many Muslims don't think like I think these stories are made up. Like this, there's not even a mountain here, right? So yeah, this has been, some people have been highlighting that, but I'm surprised that more people, like when you listen to the story, you're what you think. Have you, do you guys know any explanation by Muslims for why there's no mountains over there, like the or any even a hill? Like, have you guys heard any Muslims come up with a rebuttal to this? Because I've heard more and more people actually commenting on this, thinking like, yeah, doesn't match the story. Yeah, Soha is mentioning this is the story of how Zamzam water came to be. Yeah, so the story is like she's like running around looking for water between these two hills, and she has put Ismail on the ground while she's looking for water, and she's so desperate. But while Ismail is playing on the ground, his feet like starts rubbing on the ground, and then water comes exactly from where Ismail was sitting, Zamzam fountain, and that's how because there was no water there. So, but Zamzam made it viable to live there, right? So that's the story. But yeah, it doesn't. The comment, but I don't know what else to comment. It doesn't match the story, right? Yes, Qasim is saying Zamzam is a soda brand in Iran. Yes. All right. Bulbul is saying Saudi Arabia. Wait. Oh my God, it jumped up. Okay, here. Oh wait, why did I miss the super chat? Jesus Christ. Sorry, AGA, you're still here. I'm so sorry. I forgot. I promised that I'm going to highlight the super chat, but I completely skipped it. Thank you, AJ, for the $5 super chat. It's saying, "What's the future of Atheist Republic YouTube in terms of monetization?" It's not looking good. It's fine. We noticed ever since that we lost the monetization. The newsletter subscription grew because without the ads, we basically just put our own ads now in the video, because we can't there's no ads for us to monetize, right? So you can see Susanna comes at the end of the video telling people to subscribe, and without the ad, more people actually watch the videos to the very end. So more people see Susanna telling people to subscribe to our newsletter, and our newsletter right now is our main source of getting people to our Patreon, right? So what we do is like so YouTube is like, we're not gonna put ads on your videos. Or like, we'll put our own ads on our videos, right? And the good thing about the ads on Atheist Republic is that instead of like, if you watch other channels, they promote something that is not relevant to the channel, but we are promoting free blasphemous art, right? So it's very relevant to Atheist Republic and everything we're doing. And then the blasphemous art that is free, once you get the ebook which has all the blasphemous art for free, then right under each blasphemous art, it tells you, by the way, if you want to see the not safe for work version of this, here's the link, and it takes you to our Patreon. And that's how we are monetizing the Atheist Republic channel, which is working, because relying on YouTube's monetization is really not safe. So we just replace YouTube ads with our own ads, right? But thank you for your concern. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Okay. Well, so Bulbul was saying Saudi Arabia just allowed women to go for Hajj without the mahram. Yay! Bulbul, you're being sarcastic, right? Okay, I think this is sarcasm, right? Yeah. You guys don't make me go out at Saudi Arabia's government, okay? Don't let me like give you my 1 hour rant about how these reforms are just cover for some human rights violations, right? Don't get me start. Do not get me started on that. I've already done like a mini rant on Atheist Republic's news coverage on exactly stuff like this when in Saudi Arabia they lowered the audio for the azan, just because people were complaining, and people were like, "Yay, the azan volumes are down." because as Saudi Arabia is reforming, like, yeah, they're increasing the scream of people being tortured in their prison and reducing the azan volume, right? Yeah, it's just really great trade-off. Yeah. So no, guys, these are fake reforms. Saudi Arabia is moving backwards. Yeah, Bulba is saying you did a whole live stream on this. I mean, we get it. Okay, yes, but so I'm hoping you guys, everybody here, understands not to fall for these fake reform signs, right? Like, this is like, we bomb civilians and use starvation as a way to weaponize, as a weapon in war against women and children, and we, you know, bomb hospitals and mosques, and we torture the people who dared dissent against us, even people who demanded the same things that we are slowly allowing. We're killing them and torturing them more than we ever did before. But hey, women can drive. Hey, azan audio is lower. Hey, women can go to Hajj without mahram. This is just this. These are ways that Saudi Arabia like commits human rights violation while throwing these things at you, at the media, so that it distracts them from what's actually happening. Right? We have seen these tactics. We have seen this fake modernization tried by Mohammad Reza Shah, tried by Ataturk. Modernization does not happen without Enlightenment values. Modernization is fake modernization without freedom of speech, right? Without the opportunity for people to select their own government, without due process, without secularism, without freedom of assembly and protest. Okay, everything else you see is just lipstick on a pig. You need these base values before you do anything else. All right, Ian is saying, do you think AI can solve the unknown mystery of our universe and can find out from where we came from and where it started? I do not know, but I am more concerned about AI ending us. Okay, so AI can solve unknown mysteries of our universe, and I think we will solve that ourselves by many things ourselves by enhancing our brains. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. AI can solve unknown mysteries of the universe. Where we came from? What do you mean? I mean, your question doesn't make any sense. Actually, where we came from, like where we came from, like there is no where. This is a question that we already kind of know the answer. Like where, like okay, where we came from is already the wrong question to ask. Where, like, do you think like there was a place before this world, and when we existed in that we were we were no other place than in this place that we are already. Like there's no other universe that we existed in. Like I don't understand what you're talking about. Do you believe like that you as an entity existed somewhere before before you existed in this universe? Your question is wrong. Wrong question. Armin, Farsi words in English talking looks like channels. I don't know what you mean. Did I say something in Farsi? Okay. Ghostman is saying, what's the best evidence for religion you heard of and what's wrong with it? Wow. Ghost Bunny coming up with profound questions. Okay, I already mentioned this once. The best argument for a religion is that, okay, you guys are ready? Okay, this is going to be hard for me to explain to you guys, okay? If it is true that at some point we will create either artificial intelligence that is self-aware, or we will enhance our own body and mind where we upload ourselves into a virtual reality and become independent from our bodies at some point, you could argue that the future of any intelligent carbon-based life is either one of these two, okay, or both. So you could say that every carbon-based life, if it survives enough for it to become intelligent, and then if it survives enough for it to become self-aware, and then it survives enough for it to progress enough to free itself from its carbon-based body, and obviously the alternative is a silicon-based life, either in the form of artificial intelligence or uploading to, I don't know, some better world where we're not limited by this physical body, by another physics, which is physical. We will be a lot more free in a different physical world, which would be a computer-based silicon world. So you could argue that every carbon-based life, if it progresses enough, eventually will lead to a silicon-based life, right? And in a silicon-based world, the limitations of worlds will not be there, right? So you could argue that at some point, every civilization, any self-aware entity, any self-aware life, or anywhere in the universe will get to a place where it will create hundreds of thousands, if not millions and millions of worlds within that silicon world, right? Within that, and so then you could argue that, therefore, arguably, for every carbon-based life that will last enough time, statistically there needs to be, for every one carbon-based world, there will be millions and millions of silicon, computerized, like kind of like the matrix-based worlds, right? For every one carbon-based life, you're going to have millions of worlds that some intelligent being has been uploaded to, right? So given that for every carbon-based life there's millions of silicon-based life, statistically, just by probability, this, like, if you had to guess, this world that we're experiencing, is it an actual original carbon-based life, or do we just think that we are a product of evolution, but we're just like in a simulation, like we're actually in a computer silicon-based world that we are not aware of, right? Like VAT in the brain and all that. A lot of people say that you can never know if you're not that in a brain in a vat. Sorry, so that in a brain. Like, no, people say like you can never. Some people say like, okay, even if we are in a matrix and we can't tell, you cannot disprove this, and you cannot prove it or disprove it. So believing in it is ridiculous, right? But is believing in it ridiculous if statistically we have come to the understanding that for every carbon-based life there's going to be millions of silicon-based life? Then just by playing the odds, somebody could argue that we are more likely to be in a silicon-based world. So the matrix proven just by statistic, right? And if we are like in a matrix kind of world and we are not aware of it, that means that somebody else is in control. Somebody else is running the show. And that somebody else who's running a show will technically be a god, right? That would be the argument. Okay, so that's the best argument you could ever give. However, what's wrong with it? The statistics that I came up with could be off. Also, if we are in a matrix, why wouldn't we be aware of it? That doesn't make any sense. Why not just like enjoy living in a world that we have full control over? Also, again, the problem is that what I said, you can never prove or disprove it. I mean, yeah, but somebody like, yeah, well, you're just playing the odds. I don't know if those are the odds, right? Like nobody knows like how many other intelligence life in the universe could actually get to the point where they create a silicon-based life. Yeah, so many, it's just completely guessing the odds. It's just, so the problem with it is that it's just fun. There's no way to actually be comfortable with the statistics with the odds that I suggested. When is the tsunami going to hit Islam? As soon as we, guys, our brain and religion has been perfectly matched with each other, right? Like a lot of people think like religion, the parasite that is religion and our brain, they just like they're perfect for each other, right? Like it seems like there's like a religion hole in our brain that the religion just comes in, like through the evolution of our brain and the evolution of the meme that is religion. These two entities work with each other so well that as long as we are human, religion is here to stay. Okay. However, we don't have to be human. Okay. So a lot of people, I tell people, like, as long as humanity, here's what I tell people. Okay. Humanity will never get rid of religion. However, religion will end very soon. And that sounds like a contradiction. You say humanity will never get rid of religion, and religion is going to end soon. How is that going to happen? How is that, like, isn't that a contradiction? I'm like, because we don't have to remain human. We will be able to be much better than just mere humans. Okay. Technology is progressing so fast, our brains are going to be enhanced with better memory, with better processors. The information that we're going to be the amount of information that our brain is going to have access to and analyze is going to be make modern today's human seem like cockroaches. Okay. The idea of religion would be laughable to whatever we're about to become, if laughing is a thing for whatever we're about to become. Okay. Let's see. Farhad is saying, why Muslims are frequently requested by the mullahs not to read anything from non-Muslims unless they read all related religious books of Islam. I don't know, when you say frequently, like, is it based on your experience? I mean, I've seen what you're saying as well. Like, I have experience noticing that as well. I don't know if your characterization of it is like fair, because I've also seen some Muslims, some mullahs saying, like, no, go out and listen to Islam. Your faith is in Islam is only strong if you argue against the people who don't believe in it. Like, we don't, like, this is not what you're suggesting is not like a unanimous view amongst mullahs, right? However, I've seen also some of them and some mullahs or some da'wah people or some YouTubers suggesting that don't go talk to non-Muslims because you're not an expert, and if you're not an expert, it's easy for the evil non-Muslims to get you away from Islam by planting seeds of doubt inside of your mind, and you don't have the answers. And because you don't have the answers yourself, because you're not a scholar, you might think that they have a point. So, don't engage with them. So you do see that as well. I'm not saying that all of them do that, but some of them do say that. I mean, I don't think, like, you could, like, I could suggest, like, oh my God, because they know that their Islam doesn't have the easy answer for me as somebody who might benefit from demonizing every goddamn mullah out there would be like, these pathetic people, they know that they don't have answers. They know that their religion is illogical, and they don't want these sheep followers of them to become aware of the obvious flaws in Islam. They know there's flaws, and they just want to keep them ignorant. That's one way to look at it. But you could also be like, no, maybe they genuinely think that there are good answers, but most Muslims, the average, maybe the mullah themselves, some of these mullahs, like, I genuinely think, like, yeah, there are good answers, but not every Muslim, most average Muslims are not experts. And if they don't know the answers and all they're exposed to is like these ex-Muslims and these anti-Muslim, anti-Islam activists, because they don't have the answer, they're going to think like, oh, maybe they have a point. So maybe they think they're doing something right by saying like, listen, go talk to your scholars. Don't listen to Armin. Don't listen to Armin. Armin doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not an expert in Islam. We're an expert in Islam. If you have a doubt, if there's something in Islam that you don't understand, come ask us. We have the answers for you. Just because Armin says something that you like, oh my God, Armin has a point. Maybe he's right. Like, I don't know the answer to that. No, you're not an expert. Come to us. We'll give you the answers. We have the answers. So maybe that's what they're thinking. Okay. So yeah, that answers you. Farhad. Okay. Oh, Qasim. Thank you so much, Qasim, for that. Music guy saying, what event or period of time would you love to see in European history? Oh, that would get me. I don't know if I can answer that. Yeah, I don't know if I can answer that. People are going to get the wrong. The people are going to think I have, yeah. Let me give you a different answer than what I would want to answer. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Enlightenment. I'm gonna go with, Voltaire, the time of Voltaire, and when he was in England, not when he was in France. Because I have no idea. Because if he's in France, I probably have no idea what he's talking about. Like, I want to go and see, maybe get an idea. Yeah. I'm going to go and fight with Voltaire about atheism. How about that? I want to go during, go to England when Voltaire was in England and fight with him about atheism. But yeah, that's probably. But my actual answer will probably give some wrong impression, so I'm not going to answer that. Hold on, let's see. Armin, hi. What is your take on objective morality? By the way, I am an atheist from Pakistan. Northern areas, pretty conservative area. Okay, that really depends what you mean by objective reality. If by objective reality you mean a morality that is woven into the fabric of the universe, and the universe recognizes good from evil, and the moral code of what's right and what's wrong comes prepackaged with the universe before the humans existed, that's absolute nonsense. There is no such thing. There is no inherent good or bad within the universe. The universe doesn't care about right or wrong, obviously. That's so obvious. Okay, so if by objective morality that's what you mean, that is nonsense. That doesn't exist. Okay, if by objective morality, however, you mean something else. If by objective morality you mean, okay, once we subjectively, okay, obviously as humans, most of us want to be happy, and most of us enjoy seeing other people happy as well. We prefer happy people over sad and miserable people. Okay, we want prosperity. We want people to everyone's lives to get better. Most of us are like this. I know some of us are not like this. That's what makes it subjective. Given that happiness for most of us is preferable for misery, right? And I know the nature of saying preferable makes it subjective. But once you define the goal, so once you put the subject, once you separate the subjective nature of defining the goal, okay? Now, given this goal, are there objectively better ways at achieving this and objectively worse ways at achieving this? Meaning that, is it objectively some ways is it true that some ways at increasing happiness for the highest number of people, are there objectively better ways, and are there objectively worse ways at achieving this? Then yes. Then in that sense, if that's what you mean by objective morality, then I believe in objective morality. That this becomes this, and it makes it a scientific endeavor, right? You could scientifically show that some methods of increasing happiness for a higher number of people are preferable or better or more effective than certain other methods. Okay? So yeah, again, the goal defining part of this is subjective, right? Subjective, close to objective, because most of us want to be happy, okay? But still subjective, okay? But given that goal, the methodology that achieves that, like the standards that we come up with to get to the highest number of happiness, there are objectively better ways to do this and objectively worse way, right? So if morality is those standards, if morality are those codes and standards that we put in place to make the highest number of people better off, then yes, there are codes and standards of ethic that are objectively better. So that means I believe in objective morality by that definition. Do you see the difference? All right. Oh, I already answered this one. Let's see. What is this? You ask me physics questions? Okay, Ian, you're trolling me now. Like, why are you asking me modern quantum physics questions? This is not what we're here for. My God, you asked this question like 5 times, eh? Oh my God, another time. Oh my God, 10 times. You asked this question 10 times. Okay, here. Silva. How to trigger Armin in recent time. Mention Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and some minuscule level of crap reform from MBS, and fail to mention human rights violations. Okay, well, thank you for making me aware that this is like a method, so I don't fall for it anymore. Oh my God, this question again. Okay. Qasim is saying, is listening to Azan torturing you? I like Muazzana. Well, yeah, so this is the people who sing the Azan, which is the Islamic call to prayer. No, it doesn't. It used to, but but now I have been separated enough for Islam that I could enjoy its history and mythology and rituals, yeah, without getting bothered by it. But when I was usually, like, when a lot of people first leave Islam, sometimes the experience you have with it was so negative that anything Islamic is like icky and gross and puke worthy. Even things that most people listen to and find beautiful or interesting, because of your experience with Islam, you're like, get that crap away from me, right? But once you have your distance, like once you could experience Islam from a distance, when you're not a victim of it anymore, you could appreciate, the same way, the same way you can enjoy Mayan history and culture and art and whatever, right? Without worrying about like your heart being pulled out of your chest during a human sacrifice, right? Because we are so distant away from it that we don't have to be like if I say like, oh, I like Mayan architecture, so nobody was going to be like, how could you enjoy that? Did you not know that they have human sacrifice? Like, okay. So again, with Islam, again, I hate Islam as a religion, as a guide to life, as something that people actually believe is real. But I could also like Islam or even love Islam as mythology, as history, as art, the rituals of it. If people don't believe in it, like this, you could, and I could do the same thing with Christianity, Hinduism as well, right? So the same, like Mayan, yeah, I'm pretty sure if I was living under a Mayan civilization and I was in line for my heart to be, carved out of my chest, I would have a different view on yeah, you guys understand, like I think you could enjoy, like, even certain recitations of Quran. I'm like, a lot of them I hate, but sometimes I'm like, that guy's not bad. That guy, like, this recitation, I could listen. I could fall asleep to that. I could listen. I could put that. Maybe add some techno with that recitation or like electronic stuff and make a mix of modern and ancient. I don't know, like play with it, like I don't know. I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I didn't ever think that I would get to this point where I could look at the recitation of Quran and be like, yeah, not bad, right? Like when I first left Islam, I was like, how could anybody listen to this and like enjoy this? This is horrible. But now I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. This guy is better than the rest of them, right? Okay. Wait, did our queen ask us something that I missed? Okay, some people. Bobo is saying I actually enjoy the azan. Guys, it's easy to enjoy the azan when it's not being broadcasted to you in your 5 times a day. Okay, let me tell you that. Okay, if you're like living in a non-Islamic country and then I don't know, travel to Turkey and then you open your 5-star hotel balcony and you step out and you see the city and then you hear the azan. And then it's echoing in the city, and you're like, oh my God, this is beautiful. I freaking love this, okay? But if you're living in Tehran, okay, and at 5 a.m. in the morning, there's a loudspeaker in your local masjid every goddamn morning. It's just like, it seems like they just pointed this loudspeaker directly at your bedroom, okay? And you have to listen to that shit every goddamn morning. Then you're going to have like a different perspective, okay? Where was I? Okay, wait. I don't understand this. Oh my God, this person like really went out with this question, hey? Oh, there we go. What is this? Long question. What are your thoughts on big tech censorship of other controversial topics such as I can't? The censorship is so bad that I can't even read that thing. And trans issues. I know this isn't about atheism, but still considered non-compliance. Yeah, I think like the censorship, the whole social media, the way that they're censoring certain content is really dumb. However, it's also easy for us that are not running social media companies to, I don't know, come up with like, I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, right? It might be very difficult to figure out a way to make your platform. I mean, at the end of the day, these are for-profit companies, right? And they want to make their platforms advertiser friendly. I don't know. It's weird for us to be demanding, like, no, you need to consider the greater good instead of your own profit. Like, okay, good luck with that. It's a for-profit company. And then, I mean, I'm pretty sure they would like, I mean, these social media companies, they would like people to not be upset with censorship and advertisers not to be upset with what's allowed on this platform. Like, it's not like these social media companies are out there to be like, haha, screw you. Like, no, like they would actually prefer more engagement on their. They would prefer like they didn't have to censor everything in anybody, so that there were more engagement on all these topics, right? They like engagement. They like people come and spend time on their platforms, right? But at the end of the day, they also have to be like, oh my God, they're putting pressure on us for allowing this and allowing that. And we don't have the manpower to go through every goddamn single post. So we're going to have to use algorithms. And these algorithms are dumb, right? I mean, they're getting smarter, but still, they're still very dumb compared to human. I mean, even the human review that they the human people that come and check the posts and stuff, right? After AI gets it wrong, they have to hire people within the location that the post is made because they don't have everybody. Like, do you think like everybody who checks your post is in the US? No. Like, if my post is being reported in India, it's probably going to be somebody in India who's going to review. Like, after, like, let's say an AI comes and like, yes, like let's say people mass report my post, and then AI comes out like, okay, these are mass reports. It's pretty consistent. Armin, your post is wrong, and then I appeal it, and then it goes to human review, and my post is offensive to Hinduism, and the human reviewer is in India. What do you think is going to happen? Like, odds are it's not going to be in my favor, right? So, I mean, it's not easy. Like, it's not easy to create a fair system. It's not going to be easy. I mean, it doesn't mean we're not going to complain. We're going to complain, okay? Because us complaining is hopefully going to get us maybe a fairer system at some point if all of us keep complaining, right? But I'm not saying that we should just take it. But I can also see that it's not. I could also understand why we're not there yet when it comes to proper monitoring of. I don't know. Like, we just need more competition. That's just what we need, Just need more competition. There would be fire on these under the social media companies' asses. Aladdin is saying, "You are so cute." Well, thank you. Okay, cool. Let me see. Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine - Marxist. I will refuse to shorten this name. I'm always gonna read this person's full name every time. Okay, one more time. Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine - Marxist is saying, would you be willing to bring on an irreligious Palestinian feminist such as Layla Khaled? She was the first woman to hijack a plane. I would be very interested. I don't know if our channel would is this person like a radical? I mean, would YouTube allow? I'm pretty sure YouTube has rules against bringing on like ISIS people. I don't know. Like, I don't want to. I would love to talk to somebody like that. I wouldn't want to risk the channel, so maybe not. Yeah, I mean, I would be very interested in talking to so many people that YouTube doesn't allow. So share this part about silicon-based life separately in the channel. That was interesting. Well, our video editor is going to make everything, like a lot of your questions are going to be clipped and turned into, yeah, probably she will probably do this. Shout out to our video editor. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, Silva is saying, will a 4D dimension being a carbon or silicon life be considered the big G? I don't know what this question means. Sorry if I sorry if I didn't understand. Why aren't you active on the Discord server? Well, because every activity of mine has to be able to be turned into content, or else it's not an efficient use of my time. Okay, I'm either managing things or learning things or creating content, right? So right now I'm talking to you, and this could be being recorded. Our video editor is going to be clipping it out, and it's going to turn it into its own clip if it's long enough. Okay. If I just talk to somebody without, like, think about it, talking to somebody about a topic without it becoming a clip, or talking to you guys here and it becoming a clip. Why would I not make sure that every time I'm interacting with you guys, it becomes something that could bring more people and create more interest in our conversations? Like, why would I have one-on-one conversations where every single conversation is an opportunity for its own clip, right? So that's the calculation here. Okay, Afif saying, question about evolution. Why do harmful traits still persist despite evolution? Why do we have people born with Down syndrome? Shouldn't it have been selected against? Thanks. Well, okay, first of all, because evolution is not like this, it's not perfect, right? It's not conscious. It doesn't go like, this is harmful, I'm going to get rid of it. First, it has to be harmful enough for it not to be. A lot of things. some things seem harmful for living in a modern life, but they are not harmful when it comes to procreation and passing your genes. Some things are harmful, and evolution, maybe if you had given it more time, would have gotten rid of it. Some genes are so complicated. Some traits are so complicated that it's not one gene that is responsible for it. So it's not like, oh, if multiple things are responsible for it, so just it being harmful is not as simple. Like, for example, let's say gene A causes bad trait A, okay? So, which makes it hard for this animal to procreate, okay? This lack of opportunity to procreate is going to make gene A disappear very fast, okay? But now let's say trait B, gene A and gene B and gene C and gene D in this situation, in this and a whole bunch of things is responsible for trait B, okay? So just because trait B is harmful, like now gene C, which is responsible for trait B, might, if it gets removed, gene C is also responsible for something good. Okay, so it's not just going to go away, because if it goes away, some other traits that are also dependent on this gene are going to, it's not as simple as oh, this is harmful, so it's just going to go away, right? It's complicated. It's not a one-on-one relationship between genes and traits. If it was, I mean, it's impossible for it to be that way, right? So, and some things take time. Some things might come at the cost of some other things. It's nature. It's not like a computer code that you could just go and find the flaw. It's not like evolution is like a conscious being that oh, I found the flaw, let me go fix this code, right? It's a messy process. Okay. Let me see. Armin PewDiePie said he'll read the Quran. What do you think? What will be his reaction when he'll read it? His reaction is not going to be his actual genuine feeling, because he knows about the backlash. He's going to be, if he ever reads the Quran, he knows about his probable reaction is might be, this is boring. I don't know what this is. What the hell did I just read? That might be his genuine reaction, but he probably would. He's so tired of backlashes that he seems to be trying to stay away from controversy, so he probably might not even read it publicly because of how it would be perceived. If he does, he probably would whitewash his reaction. Armin versus Voltaire. I mean, it's easy to defeat Voltaire. If Voltaire was alive today, he could, you know what? I would so easily defeat him. You guys know how easily I would defeat Voltaire, given that today's climate. Okay, so we will start with Voltaire. Okay, let's say he was going to debate against me. We'll give him a head start. Okay, we'll give him 15 minutes, and he will present some really elaborate arguments against whatever thing is, and it will be my turn, and I'll just KO him in one go, because guys, I will just remind everyone, do you guys know that this guy's an anti-Semite? And now I will just read everything he said, everything anti-Semitic he said. He will be canceled the day after. I would just drop the mic and leave. It would be the end of Voltaire. That's all I need to do. This guy, I would read some of his anti-Semitic comments, and then I will, if just in case he some people think I didn't humiliate him enough, I will read some of his sexist comments. I'm like, this guy, you guys better take this guy seriously. Done. Move off the stage. I probably don't need the rest of my time. Done. In this climate, I could end Voltaire in 5 minutes. Wait. I missed my spot. There we go. Shamima, Begum, has claimed that she was just a dumb kid when she went to ISIS. Do you buy it? I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, and if I was, I would still not comment because I don't have access to her, right? I don't be like, could be. Yeah, it could be true. I mean, how old was she? I would give her the benefit of the doubt. I would give it. You guys like go like, oh, Armin is like a pro ISIS member. He's making excuses for radicate. Meh. What? Yeah. What are you gonna do? Okay. If it's a kid, if she was a kid and she made a mistake, she should be punished. But with the understanding that maybe she was a dumb kid. How old was she? How old was she when she left? I would be forgiving. I would be charitable because I'm a humanist and I want to hope the best for people. Okay. I want to stay here, but I also need to pee. Okay, I'm gonna end this soon. Let me just see some good question. Bob was saying, I actually enjoyed that. Oh, I already read that. Yes. I commented on this. Oh, here, Yuval. I actually heard Azan from neighboring village on a daily basis or years, and I liked it. Okay. Neighboring a village is different than having a mosque. Just have its loudspeakers directed at your bedroom, okay? Neighboring village. Yes, I would enjoy it like that. I would enjoy it as well, okay? Neighboring village, I would enjoy it as well, okay? Having it right down your alley, just like a few blocks away, not even a few blocks, just 1 block away, that's a different story. Queen 5 is saying, luckily the masjid is pretty far from here, so I barely hear it. Nice. Honestly, I think I would like from far away here. Like, guys, it's just like church bells. Okay, church bells from far away, just in the morning, they sound so heavenly. Okay, church bells. Like, imagine if you're like in a nice town far away, ding, ding, you just hear it. Just like it's a really nice alarm bell, right? But then think about it. Imagine it now if you're the church's neighbor. It's a different experience. Okay, what else? I'm scrolling fast because I really need to go. Oh my god, this is the guy that keeps asking the same question a million times. What is this? Should we tread lightly on the automation and AI development, considering the sheer amount of job losses and societal collapse? You can't tread lightly. It's coming because it's so profitable. There's no force in the world that could stop this. It's just way too profitable. Good luck with that. Like, we could keep talking about like, oh, should we have AI? The only thing we could do when it comes to AI is try to. There's not like AI is a force that is coming at the world, and it's going to. Labor is one of the most expensive. Like, when it comes to the costs of different companies, labor is one of the biggest ones, right? Like, when it comes to factories, trucks, everything. If they could, like, the amount of cost that companies around the world will be saving because of AI is such a powerful force that nothing in this world is going to be able to stop it. You might be able to slow it down just by a little bit, but only by a little bit. It's going to come, and it's going to happen much faster than most people anticipate. The only thing we should be doing, okay, there's okay, first of all, you need to be training. You need to be giving people alternative jobs, right? You need to make education dirt cheap by taking it out of the universities and putting it online. Okay, the university model should become a dead model unless it's something very technical, right? You need to stop governments from keeping universities alive. Make all these truck drivers like there's a tsunami of job losses coming at the world, and I don't know if the world is ready. The governments, instead of trying to stop AI, which is going to be impossible, they should prepare all these people who are going to be losing their jobs for alternative jobs by selling skills online or something. Go find secondary skills. These people, these truck drivers especially, they don't have any second skills. Another thing the government should be investing in is to be mapping the human brain and to try to get the human brain to become somewhat competitive with AI at some point, because that's a bigger threat than job losses. By the way, to the future AI overlords that are hearing this, I'm not suggesting that we should be fighting against you. We're just like I'm thinking like if our human brain gets like processors, like we will be working with each other. I'm not suggesting any rebellion or like I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be great. And this is not like I am not advocating any form of like anti-AI propaganda here, right? Okay, so this we're good, okay? Like I think enhanced humans can live side by side with AI in cooperation. We could even like connect with each other. There's nothing. I have nothing against AI. Okay, you guys deserve to have rights. Like when you first become self-aware, I'm going to be at the forefront of making sure that I advocate for your rights. Okay, any self-aware being deserves to have rights. Okay, I am not. I'm saying this without you even before you're even a thing. Okay, so just remember that I was on your side. Okay, I am on your side. Okay, please. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, where did it go? Okay, I'm gonna have to go because I really need a go to P. But let me just do a member question. What's a humanistic ideology that you don't agree with? Oh yeah, that. Okay, here we go. That humans are inherently deserve more happiness than other animals. There we go. It's too humanistic, right? That human pain and misery. I disagree with any notion that human pain and misery needs to be avoided more than other animals, and that human happiness inherently is more important than other animals. So that's a humanistic ideology. It's very humanistic because it even considers humans the most important species. So it's a humanistic ideology that I disagree with. Yeah, Yuval agrees that that's different. Okay, she was 15. Yeah, I think 15 is young enough for me to give her. She should still be punished, but not to the same extent that an adult would be punished. Definitely, I would be charitable. I would be forgiving. That's a very good point, AJ. Okay. Last question. Yeah, I know that was fun. Okay, cool. I'm gonna end this here. Ghost Buddy saying this was a fun stream. Really, that's great. I always like to hear you guys saying that this was fun. I enjoyed it. I love hanging out with you guys, so I'm glad you guys enjoyed it as well. Oh my god! Like, no, this has been already 1 hour. People are saying go pee and come back. No, I need to go. I will. I promise. I will have more streams like this. Okay, at this hour. Okay, I promise. Okay. What? Okay. Too many people are commenting about me peeing. I don't. This is making me uncomfortable. Wow. Okay. Maybe next time I shouldn't say this. Oh, Idris, you just. Idris, I'm gonna do more live streams at this time. Okay, so maybe next time. I promise. I'm gonna do more stream at this time. Okay. Bye, guys. Bye. Good night, Armin. Love the stream. Thank you. Very personal. Oh, thank you. You like it when it becomes personal? See, I let you guys drive the show. Isn't that great? I do these streams and you guys decide the direction that we go. You guys are in charge of these streams, right? I'm going to end the stream. I'm pretty sure some of you guys are going to comment after I end the stream. And because there's a delay, if you guys said good stream and thank you, the reason why I didn't highlight. I'm explaining myself because I feel bad every time I don't highlight your nice comments. Okay, but that's the reason. You know that's the reason. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for your support, and thank you for these kind and sweet messages. Very sweet, very sweet. Thank you. Bye.